Imagine a world where resilience is a superpower, where courage is a cloak, and where intelligence is a crown. From the depths of slavery to the heights of activism, African American women have faced and overcome monumental challenges. Their contributions to society have been invaluable, shaping everything from science and art to politics and civil rights. Ever wondered what it takes to be a trailblazer? These 25 African American women did more than just survive. They thrived. From the heart of the African continent to the bustling streets of America, they've defied expectations, shattered glass ceilings, and left an indelible mark on history. In this video, we're celebrating 25 incredible African American women, each a pioneer in her own right. Join me as we explore their stories, learn from their experiences, and honor their immeasurable impact on the world. Stacey Abrams. Born in 1973 to a single mother who worked as a school administrator, Abrams' early life was marked by resilience and determination. She excelled academically, graduating magna cum laude from Yale University and earning a law degree from Yale Law School. After practicing law for a decade, Abrams entered the political arena, serving in the Georgia House of Representatives from 2007 to 2017. Stacey Abrams is not only a political powerhouse, but a beacon of hope for many. Known for her role in the 2020 U.S. elections, Abrams mobilized communities, especially marginalized ones, to get out and vote. She became the first African American woman to be a major party nominee for governor in Georgia. Undeterred by challenges, Abrams' commitment to ensuring fair elections and combating voter suppression has been unwavering. Her organization, Fair Fight, has emerged as a formidable force in the fight for democracy, working tirelessly to protect voting rights and empower marginalized communities. Abrams' legacy extends beyond her political achievements. She has become a powerful voice, reminding America that every vote and every voice holds the potential to shape the nation's future. 24. Simone Biles. Imagine a world where athleticism is a symphony, where grace is a language, and where resilience is a superpower. That world is the domain of Simone Biles. A descendant of West African heritage, primarily from Ghana and Nigeria, Biles has shattered records and defied expectations, becoming the most decorated American gymnast in history. Simone Biles, the most decorated gymnast in the world, has redefined what it means to be great. With 32 Olympic and World Championship medals, her athletic achievements are awe-inspiring. But beyond the gymnastics floor, Biles has used her platform to advocate for mental health, bravely prioritizing her well-being over competition during the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. She has reminded the world that even the strongest athletes are human, and that mental health is not just a personal issue, but a global one. 23. Alice Walker. Imagine a world where words are weapons, where stories are revolutions, and where truth is a beacon of hope. That world is the creation of Alice Walker. Alice Walker's words have resonated with readers around the world for decades. As the author of the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel The Color Purple, Walker brought the struggles and triumphs of African American women to the forefront of literature. Her writings explore race, gender, and identity, giving voice to those often silenced by history. Walker's activism is equally powerful, as she continues to fight for women's rights, civil rights, and environmental justice. Her impact? An unapologetic legacy of truth-telling and empowerment. 22. Madam C.J. Walker. Imagine a world where hair is a crown, where beauty is a revolution, and where success is a testament to resilience. That world was shaped by Madam C.J. Walker. From the cotton fields of Louisiana to the boardrooms of America, Madam C.J. Walker defied the odds and became a pioneer in the beauty industry. A descendant of West African heritage, believed to be from the Mandinka or Fula peoples, she built a hair care empire tailored to African American women, revolutionizing the beauty industry. But Walker wasn't just a business mogul. She was also a philanthropist, contributing to numerous causes that supported racial equality. Walker's story is a reminder that success is not just about personal wealth, but about uplifting entire communities. 21. Gwendolyn Brooks. Imagine a world where words are paintbrushes, where emotions are landscapes, and where stories are the heartbeat of a community. That world is the creation of Gwendolyn Brooks. Gwendolyn Brooks made history as the first African American to win the Pulitzer Prize for poetry. Her evocative poems captured the everyday life and struggles of African Americans, particularly in urban environments like Chicago. Brooks' writing is celebrated for its depth, empathy, and authenticity. Her legacy extends beyond the written word. She was also a mentor to younger generations of poets, ensuring that the African American voice in literature would continue to flourish. Interesting fact. Did you know that Madam C.J. Walker's mansion, Villa Lawaro, was a hub for African American culture? It hosted meetings for leaders like Webb Du Bois, where strategies for racial advancement were discussed. 20. Bessie Coleman. Imagine a world where the sky is a canvas, where courage is a wingsuit, and where dreams take flight. That world belonged to Bessie Coleman. Bessie Coleman broke barriers as the first African American woman to earn a pilot's license. She refused to let racism or sexism stop her. When American flight schools denied her entry, she traveled to France to earn her wings. Known as Queen Bess, Coleman performed daring air shows, inspiring countless people with her bravery. She also fought to desegregate the skies, advocating for diversity in aviation. Her legacy? A trailblazer who soared above the limits imposed by society. 19. Ava DuVernay. Imagine a world where films are mirrors, reflecting the complexities of society and inspiring change. That world is the vision of Ava DuVernay. Ava DuVernay has become one of Hollywood's most powerful voices, using her films to highlight racial injustices. From Selma, which chronicled the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., to 13th, a documentary exposing mass incarceration's roots in slavery, DuVernay's work is both artistic and deeply political. She's also been a champion for Black creators, founding Array, a platform dedicated to promoting diverse voices in film. DuVernay's impact on cinema, profound and enduring. 18. Shonda Rhimes. Imagine a world where stories are mirrors, reflecting the complexities of society and inspiring change. That world is the creation of Shonda Rhimes. Shonda Rhimes is a revolutionary storyteller whose creations have reshaped television. As the mastermind behind hits like Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, and How to Get Away with Murder, Rhimes has brought complex, powerful women, especially women of color, to the forefront of popular culture. Her work not only entertains but also challenges stereotypes, making her one of the most influential figures in television. Rhimes' lasting legacy? Changing how women are portrayed on screen, one storyline at a time. 17. Diane Nash. Imagine a world where courage is a shield, where resilience is a sword, and where justice is the ultimate victory. That world was shaped by Diane Nash. Diane Nash was a fearless leader in the civil rights movement, playing a key role in organizing the freedom rides and sit-ins that challenged segregation in the South. A founding member of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, SNCC, Nash's leadership in voter registration and civil rights activism paved the way for the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Her bravery and commitment to nonviolence remain a testament to the power of grassroots organizing. 16. Katherine Johnson. Imagine a world where numbers are stars, where equations are constellations, and where the cosmos is within reach. That world was shaped by Katherine Johnson. Katherine Johnson was one of NASA's hidden figures, a brilliant mathematician whose calculations helped send astronauts into space. Her work on the trajectories for the first American space flights was pivotal to NASA's success, and yet her contributions were overlooked for decades. Johnson broke barriers not only as an African American, but also as a woman in a male-dominated field. Her legacy? Paving the way for women in STEM and space exploration. Interesting fact. Katherine Johnson's story inspired the Oscar-nominated film Hidden Figures, which brought long-overdue recognition to the African-American women behind NASA's early space missions. 15. Ella Baker. Imagine a world where activism is a seed, where community is a garden, and where change is the sweetest fruit. That world was cultivated by Ella Baker. Ella Baker, often called the mother of the civil rights movement, worked behind the scenes to empower young activists. A master organizer, she helped build some of the most important civil rights organizations, including the NAACP and SNCC. Baker believed that real change came from the grassroots level, and her philosophy of group-centered leadership influenced countless movements. Baker's legacy? A movement built on collective action and the belief that strong people don't need strong leaders. 14. Coretta Scott King. Imagine a world where love is a legacy, where courage is a crown, and where justice is the ultimate victory. That world belonged to Coretta Scott King. Coretta Scott King is best known as the wife of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but her contributions to the civil rights movement are just as significant. After her husband's assassination, Coretta became a prominent activist in her own right, advocating for racial and gender equality, as well as LGBTQ+ rights. She also founded the King Center and worked tirelessly to establish Martin Luther King Jr. Day as a national holiday. Her legacy, a commitment to peace, justice, and equality for all. 13. Marian Anderson. Imagine a world where music is a bridge, where voices are revolutions, and where hope is a melody. That world belonged to Marian Anderson. Marian Anderson was one of the greatest singers of the 20th century, breaking racial barriers in classical music. After being denied a performance at Constitution Hall because of her race, Anderson performed on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in 1939, a historic moment for civil rights. Her career continued to flourish, and she became the first African American to perform at the Metropolitan Opera in 1955. Her legacy? A voice that resonated far beyond the stage, symbolizing dignity and perseverance. 12. Fanny Lou Hamer. Imagine a world where words are weapons, where courage is a shield, and where justice is the ultimate victory. That world belonged to Fanny Lou Hamer. Fanny Lou Hamer was a fearless activist for voting rights and civil rights, best known for her powerful speech at the 1964 Democratic National Convention, where she challenged the legitimacy of Mississippi's all-white delegation. Despite facing brutal beatings and arrests, Hamer never wavered in her fight for justice. Her legacy? A rallying cry for the oppressed. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. 11. Ida B. Wells. Imagine a world where words are weapons, where truth is a shield, and where justice is the ultimate victory. That world belonged to Ida B. Wells. Ida B. Wells was a pioneering journalist and activist who led an anti-lynching campaign in the late 19th century. As one of the first investigative journalists, Wells exposed the brutality of lynching and challenged the myths used to justify the violence. She was also a co-founder of the NAACP and a fierce advocate for women's rights. Wells' legacy? A trailblazer in both civil rights and journalism, whose fight for truth and justice is still relevant today. Interesting fact, did you know Ida B. Wells bought a newspaper at age 25 and used it as a platform to fight against injustice? She didn't just report the news, she created it. 10. Toni Morrison. In a world of words, Toni Morrison was a universe unto herself. Toni Morrison, the first African-American woman to win the Nobel Prize in Literature, is celebrated for her powerful explorations of African-American life, history, and identity. Her novels, such as Beloved and the Bluest Eye, offer deep insights into the complexities of race, trauma, and healing. Morrison's writing gave voice to the African-American experience in a way that had never been done before. Her legacy? A literary giant whose stories transcend time and culture. She connected the shared experiences of African Americans to the deeper ancestral roots of Africa, illustrating the ties between continents. 9. Michelle Obama. From the South Side of Chicago to the global stage, Michelle Obama has redefined what it means to be a First Lady, championing education, health, and equality with grace and an unshakable commitment to positive change. Born to a working-class family with roots in the American South and ancestral ties to West Africa, Michelle Obama has become a global icon of strength, resilience, and grace. She championed initiatives focused on education, healthy living, and support for military families. Her memoir, Becoming, has inspired millions, reminding us all of the importance of staying true to one's origins. Her legacy, not only as a First Lady, but as a cultural and educational advocate for people of all backgrounds. 8. Angela Davis. From prison cells to the pages of history, Angela Davis's story is one of resilience, activism, and unwavering commitment. Angela Davis, a scholar and activist, is a revolutionary figure in the fight for civil rights, prison reform, and gender equality. With African roots tracing back to the Yoruba people, Davis has spent decades challenging systemic oppression in the United States. She first came to prominence as a leader of the Black Panther Party and a symbol of resistance during her controversial arrest and trial in the 1970s. Her legacy, a lifelong commitment to liberation and justice, inspiring generations of activists across the globe. 7. Shirley Chisholm, a pioneer who shattered glass ceilings and paved the way for generations to come. Shirley Chisholm broke multiple barriers as the first African-American woman elected to the U.S. Congress and the first Black woman to run for a major party's presidential nomination. With ancestral ties to the West African nations of Ghana and Barbados, Chisholm stood unapologetically for the marginalized, advocating for gender and racial equality. Her famous slogan, "Unbought and unbossed," epitomized her dedication to remaining true to her values. Chisholm's legacy, paving the way for future generations of women and people of color in American politics. 6. Maya Angelou. From childhood trauma to global acclaim, Maya Angelou's journey is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Maya Angelou, celebrated poet and author, gave voice to the African American experience through her powerful storytelling. Her seminal work, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, speaks to the pain and triumph of her life, drawing upon deep cultural and ancestral wisdom from West Africa. Beyond her literary achievements, Angelou was a key figure in the civil rights movement, working alongside both Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. Angelou's impact, a legacy of resilience and empowerment that continues to inspire generations around the world. Interesting fact, Shirley Chisholm's run for president in 1972 wasn't just symbolic. She entered 12 primaries and earned over 150 delegates at the Democratic National Convention, a historic feat for an African American woman. 5. Sojourner Truth. A fearless voice that echoed through the halls of history. Sojourner Truth. Sojourner Truth, born into slavery in New York, became one of the most powerful voices for both the abolition of slavery and women's rights in the 19th century. With roots tracing back to West Africa, possibly to Ghana or Sierra Leone, Truth used her life story and her unwavering faith to advocate for justice. Her famous speech, "Ain't I a Woman?" is still one of the most iconic moments in the fight for gender equality. Truth's legacy? A reminder of the intersections between race, gender, and human rights, inspiring countless movements for justice. 4. Rosa Parks. From a seemingly ordinary day to a historic moment, Rosa Parks' story is a testament to the power of one person to change the world. Rosa Parks, often called the mother of the civil rights movement, forever changed history when she refused to give up her bus seat to a white passenger in Montgomery, Alabama. Her quiet defiance sparked the Montgomery bus boycott, a pivotal moment in the fight against segregation. With ancestral roots tracing back to the Menda and Fulani people of West Africa, Parks's determination to fight for equality and justice carried the spirit of her African heritage. Her legacy? Sparking a movement that would dismantle segregation and change the course of American history. 3. Harriet Tubman. From a life of bondage to a symbol of freedom, Harriet Tubman's story is a testament to the human spirit. Harriet Tubman, born into slavery, became one of America's greatest freedom fighters. Her African roots, likely from the Ashanti or Akin people of Ghana, fueled her mission to lead hundreds of enslaved people to freedom through the Underground Railroad. Tubman's bravery and strategic genius were unparalleled, and she also served as a spy and scout for the Union Army during the Civil War. Her legacy, a fearless commitment to liberty, justice, and the belief that no one should live in chains. 2. Barbara Smith. From the streets of Brooklyn to the forefront of social justice, Barbara Smith's journey is a testament to the power of activism and the pursuit of equality. If you're familiar with the term identity politics, you have Barbara Smith to thank. Smith was a founder of the Combahee River Collective, an anti-capitalist revolutionary organization founded by radical black lesbian feminists in 1974. Smith and the CRC argued that our identities, our faith, race, ethnicity, gender, and sexuality all powerfully influence our politics and how we experience the world. As Marian Jones wrote in Teen Vogue, the CRC argued that all the systems that oppress black women oppress everyone else too. 1. Oprah Winfrey. From the rural South to the top of the entertainment industry, Oprah Winfrey's journey is a story of resilience, ambition, and unwavering belief in oneself. Oprah Winfrey, one of the most influential media moguls in history, rose from poverty in rural Mississippi to become a global icon, with ancestral roots tracing back to West Africa, likely from Liberia or Sierra Leone. Oprah built an empire that included television, film, and publishing. Her influence transcends media. She has been a powerful advocate for education, literacy, and humanitarian causes. Winfrey's legacy? Not only as the queen of television, but as a global force for positive change, embodying the resilience and strength of her African heritage. These extraordinary women, with roots deeply intertwined with the African continent, have left an indelible mark on the world. From groundbreaking activism to pioneering achievements, they've shown us that greatness knows no bounds. Their stories inspire us to embrace our heritage, challenge the status quo, and make our own mark on the world. So, what are you waiting for? Step into your power, break the mold, and let your light shine. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories that celebrate the power of African heritage and its global influence.